Stephen
So
Quack.
number two, yeah, exactly. So we spoke to him last week, but he was a little distracted. He was driving, could not give us any details, but did tell us that the lease for this Loyal Heights location is up at the end of June. So you were trying to explain to him that we could renegotiate the lease contingent on the exit of the current operator, and he was going to send us his email contact, but we never got that.
He didn't do it. All right, maybe he's in an office and he can actually talk. But we know from the buy biz sell that that's the lease rate. And they want to sell the whole center, but that's kind of the generic lease rate. We should be able to beat that up for the laundry.
Yeah. Now they have changed they have changed the ad for selling the center, and it does reference the laundry may be available soon, and an opportunity for the new property owner to increase rents. So they're trying to play that angle.
Yeah. Understood. Here we go.
Hello.
Stephen.
Hello.
Stephen.
Yes.
Danny, the laundry guy, called you last week.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the phone got disconnected.
Well, we talked for a minute. I think you were in your car.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in discussing long-term lease in reference to the Lorena Street. So we want to retool this store, put some equipment in.
I talked to the landlord. Okay, I talked to the landlord, and he said, "You can send me the email," but he said he doesn't want to discuss anything about new lease until we resolve the issue with this tenant. And because of the relationship, he just wanna. I know that's a low chance, kind of a really slim chance, but he wanna give him the chance to sell the business or whatever he can do first. Then, if not, then we can discuss with you.
Sure, I don't blame him. You know, he's got a lot of. Well, let's not jump off the phone, Stephen. At the end of the day, what I don't care what happens to the landlord. I care about my business. We all do.
Yeah, I understand that. Okay, listen. As I said, I will give you this is your cell phone number.
Are you in a hurry?
No. I'm kind of hurry though. That's why I'm saying.
Calm down and let's listen. You're dealing with someone that has stores in 3 states, and I want to talk about what's best for the landlord. So when you're in the next meeting with him, you can bring this to his attention.
Yeah.
He wants to sell. He wants to sell the building. They've changed the buy biz sell. I don't know if you're in charge of that portion of it, but they've changed that to reflect, hey, we're ready to allow you to come in with a new lease for the laundromat space. Well, the guy you have on the telephone, my partner and I, we are the best there is at doing laundries. So just understand, rather than cut the conversation short, I don't know if they'll sell the building tomorrow or in a year or never. We're interested in talking lease terms if and when something happens. Of course, you should allow your current operator to get up to snuff. Sure, you should allow him to sell the business, yes. But this is what I wanted to get at, Stephen. When you talk to that landlord, when you talk to the property owners, if they sell this business, if your operator sells the business, I don't care what the price is, you're stuck with a tenant who doesn't know what they're doing. This is a horrible laundromat. And if they sell it, your new tenant is behind the 8 ball. That should make sense to you. Because whatever the price is, they are that much in debt. Giving your previous tenant who's failed a bunch of money, that's not the tenant I would want. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, I understand that. You already talked about that one, okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to cut off short because I have another meeting coming out.
Bro,
but I'm just trying
you've got my cell phone number, dude. You're always in a hurry. I don't want to talk about who's more important or who's busier. You've got my number.
Listen.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm just trying to...
You know, let's snap off who's doing what and how important this Stephen dude is. Where last week, I'm driving, I can't talk to you. Let me get you back with my cell phone number, etc. If you feel so inclined, you can text him, introduce yourself as my partner, and say we need his email address. But understand the layers to this negotiating process. You don't go into Shark Tank and say, hey, who's going to give me the best offer? Boom. You've got to explain yourself. You've got to talk about what your business has done, what it should do, and what you believe it will do. You wouldn't be in the Shark Tank if you didn't need money or partners or both. And this guy treating me like some kind of punk, yeah, okay, we know. Listen, dude, I need to get to the point, and I need to make that point. He's just a cog in the wheel. So that's why I said, calm down and listen. Number one.
Well, that's fine.
He understands we're not the type of people to be trifled with. And secondly, bro, you're not seeing the forest for the trees. When you speak to the landlord or the real estate investment trust, jump up in that Monday meeting and say, hey, let's think about putting the brakes on and boot this guy out so that these guys can lease it. Because truly, there's another layer, and that is if this operator sells the business, they will end up with a poor tenant. Period. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. And in this case, they're just trying to get rid of the equipment. They're just selling the equipment, you know. So they've already given up as far as I can see.
Yeah, the operator wants to sell the equipment. The operator wants to sell the business. The landlord wants to sell the building. Everything's for sale, right?
Right.
What we want to do, this squirrel, our nut, is signing a long-term lease that benefits pretty much one individual. And so I'm the mouthpiece, but I have to be stuck talking to Steven.
Yeah. What I don't understand is they've got an ad out there. They want to lease the space, you know. So why not lease it, right? It seems strange to me.
The guy just incessantly talks about how he's busy and can't get on the telephone. It's just a matter of having the wrong agent in place. Sounds like he speaks at least 2 languages. I've got a lot of respect for that. It's like, dude, calm down. This is your job. It's Tuesday. Get some work done.
Yep.
The laundromat's a wreck.
Yeah, and they want out. The operator of the laundromat wants out.
We've got one more chance for glory here that you're telling me about. What is going on in Covina?
So this is a Craigslist ad for a laundromat for sale. They've got terrible reviews. It looks like they've recently tried to upgrade some machines, but they've got still several older ones that are broken and having problems. But the operator has given up. Sounds like they're old. They've been in the business for a long time and trying to just sell the business for $70K. But
well, that's a great price. You should just buy it.
No.
I mean, come on.
I don't want to buy that.
Josh, you can't build a laundromat for that price. Go scoop it up and buy it for $7. I mean, if you offer them $50, they'll take it.
They would take it, probably.
Yeah, I think you should just buy it.
We don't buy it. We don't buy it.
I'm seeing if I can crack you. Come on, you've got 50 grand. What if somebody else buys it? You know,
I'd rather put that 50 grand to new equipment.
There's a guy that hired me. He's got 4 or 5 laundries in Florida. He will not allow any of these calls to go viral. He won't allow any of these calls to go on YouTube. He's adamant about that because he keeps putting laundries in front of me, and he has me call the landlord where he's already made offers to buy the businesses. Doesn't own the businesses.
Really?
Why are you laughing?
Okay. Why is he going through that route if he's having you call him?
As a lease negotiator, my hands are literally tied. He has me call, and he says, well, this is the most I want to spend on the lease. And then I call up and say, hi, we want, every time, I'm disgusted every time I make these telephone calls. Gee, I wonder why he doesn't want it on YouTube. I wouldn't put it on YouTube other than to create some form of, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
You have to understand, people buy national chains and empanada shops and laundromats every single day. They buy them every day. And then they go to the landlord, hat in hand, and say, can I please have a good lease?
Yeah, boy, you're behind the 8 ball at that point, if that's the order you do it in.
I just bought this business. Forget the price, $350,000 or whatever it is, or 70 or 50. The landlord's scratching his head going, well, you're a dumbass. You just bought somebody's failed business, and now you want me to give you a good lease? No, you're going to last 6 months. Okay, first and last month rent, $2.25 a square foot. After all, it's Covina. You know what the people say? Okay. Because greed is how, that's the inception, one of the 7 deadly sins. It's the inception of people losing their arse in business because they're greedy.
Oh, yeah. But they are giving the landlord basically a blank check at that point. The landlord's not going to feel any pressure to lower the lease rate because
this dude loves me. He knows I'm the best at this. He wants me to negotiate leases for him, but he ties my hands every time. I despise making the calls because I'm like, hi, yeah, looking at buying this business. I bite my tongue. It's like, okay, we really know how to run laundromats. We do them better. We understand, but he's so hyped about it. He's got a bunch of stores and he knows he makes tons of money. All right, so this store is for sale for $70,000, which is really free, and you have the landlord's number. He is not the operator. He is the landlord.
Correct.
And we have no previous contact with this location.
First call.
You have physically scouted it. You have looked at it. They've got urine yellow walls with murals everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
What is all over the floor? What is happening?
That was like a lint disaster. That was a bunch of lint that
was someone in there cleaning the lint traps on the dryers?
Yeah, I do not see anybody cleaning at that point.
Lint disaster. I agree with you. All right, let's roll said dice and see if we can get you on the phone. Not you.
All right.
Who's on first?
You.
Who gets the paycheck at the end of the? All right, I'm not going to go into the whole for who's on first. Naturally. So naturally gets the check. All right. Exciting. Covina, California, a number that is not in my phone. Chance for glory here. Here we go. Subscribe to the channel, kids. I'm going to start saying that when the phone rings. Then you won't miss any lives. Hello?
We're not available now. Please leave a message.
I think that was you. Let's consider the source. Where'd you get the phone number from?
That was assessor's website, or county assessor.
I think you said words I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Oh, the county assessor's website. You bastard.
County assessor.
Yeah. All right. It was just a male voice, and he said, "We cannot pick up the call."
Okay.
Let me input his number in my phone as a new contact. Hold for a moment. And as always, I put LL, my abbreviation for landlord, and then your name. So if I hear back from this dude day or night, I will know. I've got thousands of contacts in my phone. All right, let's try again. Here we go. And curiosity, the reason I don't just leave a message, curiosity many times gets this individual to answer. Auto dialers and salespeople, think about this. Postman always knocks twice, but salespeople, those auto dialers that are calling from China or wherever, they don't call twice. So when we do, people go, this must be important. Let's see if I'm right. Here we go. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss my lives. I like that. The phone's not ringing. You? Is it you? Is it me? Hello, you? Have fun to keep from going nuts.
We're not. Please leave a message.
Yeah, hi, leaving a message for you. This is Danny D'Angelo. My cell phone is the only number you need, my friend. I'm not a salesman. I am actually not selling a thing. I'm looking to sign a lease with you. I've got some space here in Covina. That's my wireless day or night. You can also text me there. Danny, thanks. Sometimes I sound a little, hi there. Hey, how's it going? This is 101.5. And then they hang up before they listen to the message. So I have to be careful and cautious. Well, that's it for us today.
That's it.
It all happened so long ago. I think that with Steven, the impression was made like, dude, calm down. Look, I'm not trying to be the big baller in the room, but I don't appreciate when a real estate agent is kind of like, okay, well, we'll let you know. No, there's a lot of moving parts. If they didn't have this guy standing between us and the actual landlord or the real estate investment trust in that Monday meeting, dude, let me stand up there and throw my Ferrari keys down and say, hey, let's run this laundromat successfully. And then they all scratch their heads, but we're stuck with Steven. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
Thank you for being here. This is what I do. I negotiate leases. Danny D, hello, hi. I got into the laundry the wrong way, the way a lot of people do, the laundromat business. I bought a laundromat. $250,000 because I did well. After I got out of the Navy, I started owning businesses. I understood that was the way to be. Really, taking orders in the Navy was part of it. I didn't like it. I had tons of respect for my superiors, but many of them, lifers, tons of respect. Substantial wealth comes through owning the business, period. Show me a millionaire or a billionaire that doesn't own businesses, plural. You won't find it. Okay, inheritance, this is a young country, but I digress. I walked into that store first day, proud as hell, walked in the back room. There's a young couple that was being paid under the table as attendants with their feet up watching television. I kicked his feet off the desk. I said, get out. I didn't have a plan, but I knew that wasn't it. I'm not a drawing board guy. I don't get a whiteboard out when I try to figure out how I'm going to change things, how to make it better. I had worked in the private investigation field for a dozen years. I knew that those employees, like many, raise your hand if you have a job, stands for just over broke. Many employees do exactly what it takes to get the paycheck. No more, no more. I do contract attendance in my stores. If you've got 10, 15, 30 laundromats, it changes. But in the beginning, it's brilliant. You like to watch me go live and beat up on landlords if they answer? Subscribe to the channel. Please do me that favor. Be selfish. When you subscribe, you'll get the email notification. You'll get the text. You'll know that Danny's going live. Could be fun. Could be a screaming match. It's what everybody wants. NASCAR, let's see you crash. I learned with that first store, first of all the equipment needed to go. I had to retool that store, put new equipment in. I didn't know. Most of us can go our entire lives, never step foot in a laundromat. Then we work a job, we get the gold watch, we put money away with a 401k, we've been lucky, and we say, you know what, I want to own a business, Myrtle, what about you? And you and Myrtle go out and decide laundromats are the thing. You drink the Kool-Aid. Then you go to a business broker, or maybe you look on Craigslist, maybe you give somebody $70,000, then you sign a long-term lease. You are behind the eight ball. I'm sorry. Maybe you go to the industry standards and you walk into a distributor's office. I've consulted with thousands of people in my live seminars, my computer webinars, and one-on-one consultations. You know how many of them know what equipment is worth? Industrial equipment for a laundromat? None. Do you know? If we haven't talked, you likely don't. There's the rub. This industry is full of folks trying to put their hand in your pocket. Buy the laundromat, Bob, Myrtle, then realize that it's completely failing. Oh, but all it needs is a little TLC and your love, and you're going to have a barbecue on the weekend. Oh, sorry, you need to spend another $300,000 on washers and dryers. So why not do that? My thing, free laundromat, nothing's free. Do the work. It's not sweat equity. No one's asking you to dig a ditch. Go out and scout the laundromats. Here, you want the whole thing? Shh, it's a secret. Here's the whole thing. Scout existing laundromats, all of them in your city, your state, your area. When you see nasty ones, call the landlord or have me do it. That's not my whole program. That's not my whole course. It goes into how to sign the proper lease, how to operate the laundry, how to advertise. You must do that. These folks aren't advertising. They've given up. They were sold a bill of goods. They go into the store. They say, oh, well, we put out flyers. We spent $10,000. It didn't work. We didn't get one coupon back. You did it wrong. There's no niche where they tell you, hey, if you send these flyers out, they'll only go to homes that don't have washer dryers. They can't do that. I'm not keeping any of this a secret. I'm trying to tell you. It's hard even for my successful clients and students to tell their friends and family how they did this. Like, well, you kind of, you go, here it is. Scout stores, sign a lease. If you don't want to call the landlords, have me do it. Retool the store using other people's money. Rinse and repeat. There is gold in them Nar Hills. None of this is get rich quick. It's simple. It's not easy. I can't speak to the lost sleep. It's not the way I operate. If you're a nervous Nelly, maybe you need to continue as a truck driver. God bless you. I've put tons of truck drivers in laundries. I've put tons of police officers, firemen, single moms. If you're under 16, you can become my youngest success story. If you're over 81, you can become my oldest success story. If you're wondering what in the hell this is all about, get the course. It's the beginning of this for you, not the end of this for you. I've got tons of calls to make. I was begged to call landlords years ago. I didn't know how it would work, if it would work. Now we know. Now we've seen it. Now we understand the successes. Stick to it. If you're thinking of bringing me on, if you've already seen the course, let's get in touch. Let's get on the phone. I can't say enough about owning the business. I'm 51 years old, and I can look back at the mistakes I've made in love, life, love, said that twice because it's important, and business. But everybody wants to hear about the massive success stories. When I bought a property for $11,000, sold it for $258,000. Everybody wants to hear those stories. That's not my thing. Sit and flaunt my successes because a lot of that is luck. This, owning a laundromat, it won't be luck because you'll make the right moves. If you're new, like and subscribe. I've been on YouTube since 2006. Go look at the old videos. I don't even have the time to do testimonials anymore. You're seeing the successes here. Thanks, kids.